What this bill does is, I think it addresses two of the major factors for people that get out of prison. Two of the major factors why they end up recidivating is getting a job and getting housing. And so this addresses those concerns. It also addresses and gives purpose to a statute that really just actually kind of confuses people at this point. So it will give a set-aside a purpose, because right now what a set-aside does is just, like I said, confuse people. It doesn't really accomplish anything. But one of the things that I found the most interesting about this type of legislation is there was a study that was done by one of the Ivy League schools, I can't remember which. And so what they determined was there was three different categories. One category was an individual that never had a criminal history. One category was an individual that had a criminal history and got one of these similar types of certificates. And then the other category was an individual that had a criminal history and did not have one. And I was thoroughly surprised, actually kind of amazed, to learn that in that study, if I remember correctly, an individual that did not have one of these came in, I think it was somewhere around 7 or 8% of a return rate. And then how close the individuals that obtained one of these to someone that never had a criminal history. It was literally right around 3% difference. And it effectively tripled their opportunity, their chances of obtaining employment. And I found that was very amazing to me. And what this does is it does have a waiting period, so there isn't any, they've established themselves out in the community. They can go and apply to the court and go in front of a judge, and there's criteria that has to be met in order to obtain one of these. It's a different waiting period for a different severity of crimes. There's two different categories here. And last year when I ran this bill, and yes, it's one of many that didn't make it, I was actually encouraging the Chamber and NFIB to start encouraging employers to add a box on the application where it would indicate that you had a certificate of second chance, because it says a tremendous amount when an individual gets one of these and they own that experience and they say, look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, and I've done what I needed to do to get my life straight. I'm back to being a tax-paying citizen. I'm out there, and I just, I want to own this, but I want people to realize that I've got my crap together, and it helps them tremendously. It doesn't wipe it out. It doesn't hide the fact that they were a felon or anything like that. I just think it answers all the points. And if you look at who is signed in favor of this bill, you got the Chamber, you got NFIB. You couldn't ask for better people behind this bill.